It's R211 from earlier, and now we're going to do the E train. So, let's play the announcement.
This is Jamaica Center.
Transfer is available to the J train.
Transfer is available to the Q44 Select Bus Service.
This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the front of the platform.
So at Jamaica Center, you could transfer to the J and Z trains. Also, the B44 Select Bus Service. And at the you can also transfer to the air train. And now let's go to Southern Boulevard, Arch Avenue, JFK Airport. Now let's go to
This is a Manhattan-bound E Express train. The next stop is Sutton Boulevard, Archer Avenue, JFK. This is Sutton Boulevard, Archer Avenue, JFK.
Transfer is available to the J train.
Transfer is available to the Q44 Select Bus Service. Connection is available to the Long Island Railroad and air train to JFK Airport.
This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform.
This is a Manhattan-bound E Express train. The next stop is Jamaica Van Wyck.
Sorry for the delay. We're just trying to get the announcements up. I'll see you guys when I do the announcement. So I'm back. So at Jamaica Van Wyck is a terminal station for the E train sometimes. And now let's go, and then at Briarwood the E train just skips it. Now let's go on to Kew Gardens Union Turnpike.
This is Kew Gardens Union Turnpike. Transfer is available to the F train.
Transfer is available to the Q10 bus to JFK Airport.
This is a Manhattan-bound E Express train. The next stop is Forest Hills, 71st Avenue.
So at Kew Gardens Union Turnpike, you could transfer to the F train across the platform. Now let's go on to Forest Hills 71st Avenue.
This is Forest Hills 71st Avenue. Transfer is available to the F, M, and R train. This is a Manhattan.
So at Forest Hills 71st Avenue, you could transfer to the M and R trains across the platform. And now let's go on to Jackson Heights Roosevelt Avenue.
Bound E Express train. The next stop is Jackson Heights Roosevelt Avenue. This is Jackson Heights Roosevelt Avenue. Transfers available to the 7, F, M, and R train. Transfer to the Q47 and the LaGuardia Link Q70 Select Bus Service to LaGuardia Airport. Transfer to the Q53 Select Bus Service.
So at Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue, you could transfer to the 7 train at 74th Street, Broadway. And there's a lot of bus transfers there. And now let's go on to Queens Plaza.
This is a Manhattan-bound E express train. The next stop is Queens Plaza.
This is Queens Plaza. Transfer is available to the M and R trains.
So at Queens Plaza, you could transfer to the M and R trains. And this is the last transfer to the R train before going on to the 59th Street line. And now let's go on to Court Square 23rd Street.
This is a Manhattan-bound E express train. The next stop is
Court Square, 23rd Street. This is Court Square, 23rd Street.
transfers available to the 7 and G trains.
So at Court Square 23rd Street, you could transfer to the G train and the M train. And it's the last stop in Queens for the E train and M trains. And now let's go on to Lexington Avenue 53rd Street.
This is a Manhattan-bound E express train. The next stop is Lexington Avenue, 53rd Street. This is Lexington Avenue, 53rd Street. Transfers available to the 6th train.
So at Lexington Avenue 53rd Street is the first stop in Manhattan for the E train. And now let's go on to and then you could transfer to the 6th train. And now let's go on to 5th Avenue 53rd Street.
This is a World Trade Center bound E train. The next stop is 5th Avenue, 53rd Street.
So at 5th Avenue 53rd Street, you could transfer to the M train again. And it's the last chance to transfer to the M trains. And now let's go on to 7th Avenue.
This is 5th Avenue, 53rd Street. Transfer is available to the M train. This is a World Trade Center bound E train. The next stop is 7th Avenue, 53rd Street. This is 7th Avenue, 53rd Street. Transfer is available to the B and D trains.
So at 7th Avenue, you could transfer to the B and D trains across the platform. And now let's go on to 50th Street.
This is a World Trade Center bound E train. The next stop is 50th Street.
So at 50th Street, you could transfer to the C train. And now let's go on to 42nd Street, Port Authority Bus Terminal.
Is 50th Street. Transfer is available to the Brooklyn-bound C train. This is a World Trade Center-bound E train. The next stop is 42nd Street, Port Authority Bus Terminal. 42nd Street, Port Authority Bus Terminal. Transfer is available to the 1, 2, 3, 7, A, C, N, Q, R, and W trains, and shuttle to Grand Central. Connection is available to the Port Authority Bus Terminal.
So at 42nd Street, Port Authority Bus Terminal you could transfer to the 1, 2, 3 AC, and Q, R, and W trains, and the 42nd Street shuttle, and the BDFM trains. And now let's go on to 34th Street Penn Station.
This is a World Trade Center bound E train. The next stop is 34th Street Penn Station. This is 34th Street Penn Station.
Transfer is available to the M34 Select Bus Service. Connection is available to the Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit, and Amtrak.
So at 34th Street Penn Station, on the side where the E train comes, there's a place called Madison Square Gardens on that side. And now let's go on to 23rd Street.
This is a World Trade Center bound E train. The next stop is 23rd Street.
So at 23rd Street, you could transfer to the M23 Select Bus Service. And now, let's go on to 14th Street.
This is 23rd Street. Transfer to the M23 Select Bus Service. This is a World Trade Center bound E train. The next stop is 14th Street.
So at 14th Street, you could transfer to the L train. And M14 Select Bus Service. And now let's go on to West 4th Street.
This is 14th Street.
Transfer is available to the A and L trains. Transfer is also available to the M14 Select Bus Service.
This is a World Trade Center bound E train. The next stop is West 4th Street.
So at West 4th Street, it's the last chance to transfer to the BDFM trains. And now let's go on to Spring Street.
This is West 4th Street. Transfer is available to the A, B, D, F, and M trains. This is a World Trade Center bound E train. The next stop is Spring Street. This is Spring Street.
So at Spring Street is the second to last station to transfer to the E train. And now let's go on to Canal Street.
This is a World Trade Center bound E train. The next stop is Canal Street. This is Canal Street. Transfer is available to the A and C trains.
So at Canal Street is the second to last station for the E train. And then it's the last trans and it's the and then it's the second and it's the last time to transfer to the E train for at Canal Street. And now let's go on to the last stop, World Trade Center.
This is a World Trade Center bound E train. The next and last stop is World Trade Center. This is World Trade Center.
Transfer is available to the 2, 3, C, R, and W trains. Connection is available to half.
So you could transfer to the 2, 3, R, W, and the A and C trains. And that'll be the end for the E train video. And I'll see you guys on the F train video. Bye.